What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Not the butter. Before we get into this, let's take a second to talk about the word purpose. Some people begin to make some key mistakes when they begin to wonder what their purpose is. The dictionary definition of the word purpose is the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So when you're wondering what your purpose is, it's basically your reasoning for existing. Like that question that haunts so many of us in this day and age is, why me? Why am I even alive right now? You know, like what am I doing? Why am I here? Why am I alive? Many people make the mistake of thinking that your occupation is your purpose. They think like all they do is check people out at the cash register. What type of purpose am I serving?
Oh my god.
And another mistake that people make is mistaking their passion for their purpose. Basically, someone's like, well, I love to play basketball. I love playing video games. I love watching TV. These things don't really seem to have any purpose. They don't give me any purpose. You know, they don't align with my main mission in life. So what can I do? Relax. Your purpose isn't defined by anything or anyone but yourself. No one is given predetermined roles in life. You can break bread today and you can be a fisherman tomorrow, right? We're not locked into any occupation. We're not assigned roles that we have to stick to the rest of our life. What we do is a part of our identity, but not the entire thing, right? So the truth is, and this is really hard for some people to accept and understand, is that you can be whoever you want. You can do whatever you want. You do have a timer, and your choices will have consequences, but you are able to do anything at any time. So now you have a little bit of an understanding about purpose. You understand it's something that you find and that you're not born with a purpose. Purpose isn't the things you're doing necessarily, and it can be anything, which makes it very vague and vast. If you don't really understand yourself, and purpose can kind of be anywhere, anything, people start to wonder, well, how can I find it? How can I find my purpose? In a world of never-ending possibilities where everything is changing faster than we can keep up with it, the way technology is, how can we even begin to understand our role in everything? There's an easy trick for purpose. Your lack of purpose is stemming from the lack of serving others. Our purpose is bigger than ourselves. And as a human in today's world, with the media of movies and TV shows, we all feel like the main character. I've noticed it's very difficult for people to look beyond themselves, or that any of their actions influence the world around them, even if it doesn't affect them directly. What I mean by that is that people are thinking about you and you don't even know it. People are talking about you in the way that you've inspired them and you don't even know it. You'll never hear about that. You might, but more times than not, it is a conversation to be had when you're not around. The trick basically is to start thinking that your purpose has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the people around you. Very common concept when people talk about selling products or sales tactics or starting a business. They often say it has to do with the team around you, how you treat people, your product, how it serves others. It's the same kind of concept. So for some of you, this will be very familiar. But the important thing to note here is that it doesn't matter who or what you are. Your purpose is kind of irrelevant to you. And what I mean by that is that a salesman sells cars. He can make a cooking channel on YouTube to teach young adults how to prepare food for themselves, quick and affordable, because we live in a world where Uber is sucking pockets dry of people who can't even afford it. A carpenter who works in construction can volunteer in a soup kitchen or homeless shelter after noticing how cold and brutal it can get while they work, and feels like they can contribute to making the world a better place for the least fortunate, right? Notice how these two things have nothing to do with how that person identifies himself or the world they live in, right? Just time out of their day dedicated to something beyond themselves. For some people, that is going to fill a need of purpose, And I'm not saying that your purpose won't align with your occupation or your passion. You could definitely do that too, like a teacher who dedicates their life to the well-being of their students, looking after them, and even changing the course of their lives for the better by showing a little love to the ones who are coming from troubled homes, like my teacher did for me, Mr. Williams. I genuinely feel like he shifted the course of my life. Purpose can be simple. It can be very complicated and difficult too, but I'm talking about the first step here. How do I even find the general direction of my purpose, right? Some people have such a simple purpose. It could be something like you can just be kind to everyone around you to shift the world into a generally kinder environment, right? Because kindness breeds kindness, and that can be your whole thing, your whole purpose in life. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to solve world hunger, I'm going to end global warming or any of that, right? Change the clothing industry. It can be, but it doesn't have to be, right? That's the beauty of it. You pick your purpose. You set out to go do something that fulfills you, and that's pretty much it, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do, how big and grand or how small. Your purpose is important, and it matters. It matters to every single person who's become a part of your life anywhere in its timeline. Any interaction you had with anyone throughout all of history will branch out into a bunch of other interactions like a spider web. Every little thing you do, the butterfly effect. And when you begin to understand that, you understand how important it is that you have a purpose and you go out there and you change lives, make stories, live with purpose. And as always, it's like the 5 views that I get. Thank you for tuning in. Love y'all.